with Weicker Realtors and Space Place. We appreciate you guys tuning in to the Real Estate Rundown. I've got Dominic Gill with me tonight.
Absolutely.
I know you guys I guess you were on the last Facebook Live.
Yeah, I was on the last Facebook Live.
I've just been leaving you off on the other one.
That's right.
We got Chris Cotton, my man, Sue Morrow, Nick Lee, Brian Sokolvy, Craig Green. Thank you guys for getting on here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue, for the share.
That's right. Please share. Please comment. Please like. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some of our marketing strategies. We talked about it on the radio show today on WKUL. We had Ron Mosley back there taking care of us. Ron always does a great job. We got Cressa Leslie on here. Cressa works up at Lowe's. She takes care of me. She's the one that gives me that good. I think it's a 10% of veterans. Or is that across the board? She been giving me a hard time about that. Is that what
I have no idea. I
know
Cressa. Yeah.
Yeah, Cressa's pretty good. She helps us out up there. I was talking to a couple guys up there, and they said that she's pretty good as far as the customer service goes.
Oh, great! No, she always did good for me.
That's right. So the Real Estate Rundown is a way for us to help good people get to a better place. We want to give you the information from the local experts about real estate, about marketing. If you're starting a new business, we want to give you information about that. And Chris Cotton was actually talking to me. I guess it was Saturday when we were down at Brothers out on the lake.
I wasn't invited. It's okay.
Yeah, well, you got a bunch of kids. We were talking about getting together and doing the Entrepreneurs Group again.
Yeah, I had someone asked me about that, about getting that back together, and I said we'll probably get to it.
Was it Ethan?
No, it wasn't Ethan.
Okay.
No, it was John.
Ethan was starting his own. I got jokes. We got Skylar Cox, Josh Pope, Brandy.
That wasn't
Shipley.
a joke. That's who it was.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll help good people get to a better place everywhere we can.
Absolutely.
So we do entrepreneurs groups. We talk about social media marketing. We talk about the real estate process, whether it's your home buying, home selling, your real estate junkie, you're an investor, multifamily. We've had attorneys on. We've had who was on here? Mr. Willingham, Barry Willingham, the tax. What is his title? Barry Willingham.
Oh, golly. The tax commissioner or something like that?
The tax man. We had
Takes
Barry
my
Willingham.
money once a year.
That's right.
A lot of it.
But we had him on here. We've had lenders come on and talk about different programs. We've had some insurance agents on here. Several folks we've brought on to talk about their field of expertise. And they give us the information that you need to become a better buyer or a better seller. If you guys have questions, please ask, please comment. We got Kevin Campbell just jumped on here, good builder. Richard Bailey, thank you guys so much. One thing we talked about on the radio show, was open houses.
Yes.
You want to talk about open houses, or?
Revenue
Commissioner. There we go.
Revenue Commissioner.
Why could I not think of that?
No, you're absolutely right, Catherine. You're absolutely right. I'm glad we have some intelligent person in the Neese family.
Well, I tell you what, it's about 115 degrees in here. I don't know if you see the sweat pouring.
Well, it's not 115 yet.
It's heating up.
It's
starting
to.
I must start wearing short sleeve shirts. I think Revenue Commissioner is definitely it. Kevin Campbell, thank you. Chadwick Day, the tax man. I guess that's the IRS coming in.
No, the tax man's the IRS.
The tax collector.
The funny thing is actually another guy who's known as Taxman in the Twitter world or YouTube world or whatever. Anyways, and he's a game modder known for making special mods on Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what made me think of when you said Taxman.
What in the world are you talking about?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So we're going to have somebody chime in and say, yeah, I know that guy. I know that guy. So, hey, please share, please comment. Like I said, we're trying to give you guys some information to become a better buyer, better seller. We've had builders come on and talk about pre-sales. We talked about spec homes and the differences between those. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of folks. You gonna check it out?
Yeah, no, just adjusting it.
What's going on, Tommy? We still got some stuff going. As soon as I finish up, we've got some apartments that need some work done on them, pressure washing wise. We got Chris Gill. What is Chris? Chris is laughing at us. He gets on here first thing and starts laughing at us.
That's because it's Chris.
We need to have that. Oh, yeah, I got you, man. Hey, Mandy, we appreciate you getting on here. Thank you guys so much. That's a typical Chris Gill.
That's
what are you
him.
going to say? So we were talking about open houses and how a lot of agents, especially locally, they don't see them as being that effective. What's your take on open houses?
My old take or the new take?
Let's say the old take.
Old take.
The Dominic from 15 months ago. What would he say about? Well, I guess probably a little further.
No, probably not. About 24 months ago. 24 months ago, I'd have said open houses do not work.
That's right.
You're wasting your time. don't inconvenience your sellers, and above all else, don't inconvenience yourself.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
inconvenience the realtor. Right?
That's right. Right.
That's the common thought process on open houses. And one thing that I've seen open houses literally do is bring more buyers in. But I've also seen it create multiple offer situations if they're timed right.
Right.
I've actually got an open house going on. Yeah, I know how to get a hold of you, brother. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you, guys. Brandon Snyder jumped on here. That man knows. He's done a few open houses with me.
Yeah.
He sat in. Open houses have a way of driving traffic in, not just from the open house itself, but you really have to do the open house correctly.
Right.
And to me, that always starts with signage. Signage is king. If you have signage, you're way ahead of everybody else. If you put 3 signs out, you're in trouble. I say where you put 3, you might as well put 30.
Right.
And I've done it before, literally.
Yeah, no, I was there.
During the Blooming Festival, I think we had somewhere around 60 or 70 signs out.
Hey, Clay, how's it going?
Clay Taylor, we appreciate you jumping on here. Tyler Fortenberry, Artie Dutton, Heather Hankey. Thank you guys so much. Please like, please comment, please share. If you have a question about real estate, it doesn't matter if we're talking about it or not, just chime in. We'll try to answer it. We should be able to come up with an
Unless
answer.
it's Christopher's questions, and then...
Yeah, Chris.
No, God!
We appreciate you watching, Chris. Thank you.
No, God, please,
But, if
no!
you guys have a
No!
question, please let us know. You made me lose my place there.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
open
sorry.
houses and signage. So during
Yeah.
the Blooming Festival, I think we had somewhere between 6 and 8 open houses going on, local listings in Coleman that were mine, and I had my team behind me, and
Yeah.
that's one thing I wanted to talk about today is the team. That's my brother.
What can I say? What can I say?
We're gonna have to the Gills.
Well, you got the 2 worst ones, too.
Francis is gonna get on here and tell you
No,
both
no,
to
no.
be quiet.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what's
about
gonna
right with Francis. Francis will be like embarrassed about me and Christopher. Now, me and Christopher, we know how to have fun.
Hey, we can have fun in a minute. Let's give the guys some information. So about the open houses, we had several going on, and what that did was it drove traffic. I think we had somewhere around 100 people that ended up coming through the open houses during that time, and that's 100 more people than would have happened if you didn't hold it open.
Right.
So it starts with signage. Signage is huge. I try and put anywhere from 15 to 25 signs out every time. And I really want to drive traffic from major intersections. That's the key for me, is driving people in so that they can see your house, and they may not fall in love with your house that day, but they may come back. They may tell somebody, one of their friends about it, one of your friends about it, a neighbor, something like that, to get them in that house, and that's key. I mean, marketing and exposure is the biggest thing. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I do, right?
That's right, in a different light. But there's with the open house system. You start with the signage. You also start with door knocking, letting everybody know as far as mail-outs go in that local neighborhood. And why is it important to let the neighbor know that the house is for sale?
The important reason for that is they may have a family member, a friend, or something who lives out of town, and their friend may say, "Oh, I've always wanted to live in your neighborhood. It's just such a quiet, peaceful place."
That's right. So
And
he
then-
stole that whole line right there from me from the radio show this
What's
morning.
that?
That whole preparation right there.
Preparation.
Yeah.
I
Go
started
ahead,
it this
go ahead.
morning.
Go
I
ahead.
started it this morning.
Yeah, okay.
And then you
Finish up.
finish it off there. I'll let you finish.
No,
off now.
go ahead. I've already lost my place now.
Basically, that they want to make sure that a family, friend, relative, somebody comes in and knows about the house, so that they can tell their. You lost me, and me lose my place now
That's right.
on that.
So they let everybody know just in case they want to move into that area.
Right.
There's a lot of times when we've had a barbecue or been over at somebody's house, and you start
And
noticing.
I wasn't invited. Keep going.
We're gonna keep going on that. Huh? You may be hanging out with your friends and say, "Man, I really like this neighborhood. I really like the amenities here. I like the way it feels." I know Kevin Campbell. I don't know. He may have sold his house already. Kevin lives in a nice area where it goes in the back of a cul-de-sac, and literally your kids can run up and down that street and not have any problems because there's like 25 people that live in that area.
Right.
So everybody's very conscious of the children running and playing, and that's a great neighborhood to be in because of that. There's other folks that may not want to have a bunch of kids running out in the yard. Maybe they want their own privacy, but it's all, you get to pick the house at the end of the day. Don't want no family near me.
Amen, Miss Kathy. Amen. The
Yeah,
rest of
I
my
might
family,
agree.
they all live together. I kind of separated myself by about 5 miles.
Yeah, well, we won't get into all that. Chris Green, that's luck when preparation meets opportunity. I would agree with that. We were talking
Absolutely.
about that
The
today.
funny thing about that, Chris, is that I had that conversation with someone on that same subject. Glad to see you're on the same page as that too.
Yeah, that's right. We got Javon Daniel on here. We appreciate you getting on. Thanks for the support. Please like, please comment, please share. We want to help good people get to a better place. That's why we do the show. We want to give you information. You don't hear us getting up here talking about listings that we have for sale and things like that. We really want to provide added value to your life. If you guys are looking, if you're looking to buy, looking to sell, maybe you use another agent, that's fine. We want to make sure you have the information that helps you make the best decision possible.
Right.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Nick Lee jumped on here, Tommy Todd, Mr. Will Hyatt, we appreciate you guys so much. Please share, please share, please share. If you have a question about real estate, don't be bashful. There's probably somebody else that's thinking the same thing. Also, if you want to inbox us, you can do that. Mm-hmm. Can you catch that on there?
Catch what?
Like if somebody inboxes us?
Should be able to.
We can answer that question live, and we won't announce a name if you decide to inbox us. This is a good show. Tommy, we appreciate it, brother. We got Herman Peters on here.
No, Tommy didn't say that.
What?
This is a good show.
Yeah, Chris said that. He's trying to make
change the whole narrative whenever he said it that way.
So another thing that we do with the open houses, it's another opportunity to market. And Tommy, that's a great lead in there. Tommy, I don't know that there had been any open houses done on his house before when we actually listed it. The open house actually brought the buyer. We literally met him there, and we signed a contract the next day off of that. And that's pretty powerful. I've got a couple other stories that we could talk about. I talked about on the radio show today where I'd held a house open about 4 or 5 times. Loved the house. Actually thought I was going to end up buying the house. I thought it was meant to be. And an open house, we held one on Saturday, a couple on Sunday, a broker's open house, and then we held one on Tuesday between 10 and 2. Mm-hmm. Most people think, why in the world would you hold it? Well, guess what? We had about 6 people walk through. We got...
Yeah, Tommy, thank you.
Thank you. A little validation there, right?
Right.
We had somebody walk through on Tuesday I think it was about 12:30. A couple come in, and they had actually taken that day off. They saw the signs, ended up buying the house. Mm-hmm. Now, they used another agent, which is fine. It was a good agent here locally, and we got a contract on something that's about 3 times the normal price point for our area on a Tuesday afternoon.
Well, let me tell you something about that, Chris. I found a way to discover if properties have been flooded. Alabama is caveat emptor state, so we usually let that for the title search to find out that.
If it's
that's what the title search. That's what their job is on. As a realtor, we don't want to step into that position of trying to discover that or not.
There's a lot of liability
absolutely.
that you have to avoid as a realtor because, at the end of the day, my job is to negotiate contracts, it's to find the right property for you, and it's to help you make an informed decision. But it's not like just in the home inspector world, it's not to tell you this is wrong or that's right, or this is an issue or that's not. And we've had Chris Cotton come on and talk about that. Right. I think he came on a couple weeks ago on the radio show, and then it's probably been a month or so. Mm-hmm. Chris is a frequent. Chris Cotton is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we definitely want to call Mr. Open House, Mr. I appreciate it, Tommy. We got James Ivy on here. But Chris, that may be something that obviously we would want to send to you and let folks know.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as it's discovered, we want to make sure.
But if you do have a link or something like that that you want to provide in the comments, we can definitely push that out and let folks know if that's what you're leaning towards. Actually, Title can't discover this a lot of times. Anthony Hamble, we appreciate you jumping on. Mike Jordan. So we talked about the signage. We definitely want to get the signage out there so people see, people know that we have an open house going on. There's a good branding effect for a realtor too. It shows that you're out working. One thing I will give a little caveat on, since we're talking about caveat emptor, make sure that when you put the signs out as an agent, that you're cautious and you're cognizant of where they're at. If you put a sign out,
big
yeah,
words,
I know. I don't even know how to say it right. Anyways, I wrote it down right here. I didn't spell it right though. But you want to make sure that you're thinking about instead of cognizant. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
You're thinking about where you're putting it, because a lot of times if you get a little over ambitious, which I've done before, especially when I was a new agent, I put them a little bit too far out. It actually blocks some views. And so you'll get calls about it, but more importantly, you just don't want to be the cause of an accident on that. Mm-hmm. So I try and be conservative with that. I want to put signs out, but at the end of the day, no sale is worth somebody having a car accident or getting scared because they couldn't see. So you want to be careful about that. But really, with the signage, as long as you're careful with it, please put it out. Please let folks know you're trying to sell the house, and that's what we do, especially with Weichert. Weichert is really big on the open house system.
Absolutely. No.
So what's another benefit of the open houses? You put signage out. what's another thing that you would typically do with an open house?
To prepare for it,
Yeah, sure.
well, typically is you want to go and let all the agents know about it. So usually go on your bulletin board.
Yeah, that's
you
smart.
drop something in there. The biggest thing that we do is run ads. Run
That's
a
right.
lot
You
of
do-
ads
you
in
do
that
extra
area.
advertising because you are holding the open house.
Absolutely. So you want to go and run ads and get that information, get the news out there to as many people as possible who may be in the market, so that they can know about it. So the idea with the open houses is no pressure environment versus if you see a house you like it, but you don't want to do that extra step of going through the process of calling the realtor, making that appointment.
That's great.
And then not having to deal with the salesman on that side. Some people just want to be curious and look. Well, with an open house, you do not have that pressure. And
Absolutely.
you just come
That's
through.
perfect timing. Miss Kathy had just said that open house is not a high pressure sale opportunity.
We're on the same
So I
page.
know,
It's like
you're linking up. But yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's not a high pressure situation. You can come in, enjoy the home. You can kind of critique it and see what you might like, what you might not like. I've had many people that come into an open house, and maybe the house is a $100,000 house. Well, they may be looking for a $300,000 house, but they're really just kind of looking at the layouts and trying to get ideas, because it doesn't matter what price point you're in. You can have unique features that really make a house pop. So we got Rob Cook on here. Clean your house, homeowners. That's exactly right. And please, if you have a cat, please vacuum, because I'm allergic to cats, and it really pains me to have to be in the house with a bunch of cat hair. But anyways, we won't get on that. Tommy Tidy, you also say you'll have a great day. We appreciate it, brother. So open houses, obviously, they've been effective for me. Some folks called me Mr. Open House for a while, as Tommy put here earlier.
right.
But the key is putting yourself out there so that the people that walk through the house or have the opportunity to walk through the house that may not have looked before. You never know when they're going to make that sales decision.
Right.
And we talked about, speaking of sales decisions, we talked about the flyers.
Yep.
On you want to give a little brief synopsis on?
It was your story on it, because I never thought about actually using flyers. I've seen them before. Me being the techie guy, even before I got deep into social media, I just wasn't ever a fan of it.
Yeah.
Never used it as another way of getting the information out there, but you've enlightened me this morning, so I'll let you share because it was your story.
So the biggest thing is you never know what that thing's going to be that pushes a buyer to actually looking at a house, to buying a home. I'd actually had a listing that was pretty far out there. It was one of my first few listings, and it was I thought it was going to be a tough sale. The other agents had told me, so I said, you know what, I'm going to start setting a standard of whatever it takes. Oh, Lordy. Dominic, we know. All right then. I understand what's going on here. So the real estate rundown will now be live from WKOL. She's trying to kick me out. Yeah.
That's my girl.
So I decided early on in my career that I was going to do whatever it took to get a home sold, whether that meant door knocking, and in one case it was with a flyer. So I actually put flyers out at local grocery stores. I also put flyers out at Dollar Generals. And the Dollar General was where somebody walked by. It was actually on the ice machine. They saw it, called their sister or sister-in-law, ended up getting a contract on the house. So you never know what it's going to be that pushes somebody over the edge to get home, to look at a home, to purchase, whatever the case might be. So open houses can obviously be pretty effective. I can go on and on about them. I know Dominic is really excited. That would be about like me listening to a Ninja Turtle conversation with him, but
Do not even begin to start.
we're not. Don't worry about it. If you guys don't have any questions, we're going to wrap up. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, we got one quick plug. That's right.
Quick plug?
Quick
Oh, yeah. So we're going to end on this. We're going to end on this?
Which one are you going to end on? I was really going to end on the best of the best.
The best of the best.
You're wanting Secret Agent, aren't you?
Oh, that was the one that you wanted me to put in.
Yeah.
I didn't put in. Only put in one.
So
Go ahead.
give
So
it-
let's go ahead. Give your personal plug out to everybody.
Shameless plug. Is that what it is?
Yeah, do it, man.
So I would just wanted you folks to know if you didn't, I was actually nominated for Best of the Best in Coleman, one of the top 3 realtors. So I would really appreciate your vote if you go on. You can actually go on our Facebook page and you can look, and it's got a link on it, or you can look up the Coleman Times Best of the Best and just put me in as Best Realtor. We got 2 other great realtors that I used to work with both of them, but I appreciate your vote. And now for the Secret Agent. we can all agree that being a secret agent would be pretty cool. They're always sneaking around, making sure nobody knows who they are, what they're doing. Whenever they go somewhere, they make sure they don't leave a trace that can't be found. But the question is, would you want a secret agent selling your house? I'm Richard Neese, and if you're looking for a secret agent, I'm not a secret agent. I make sure to push out your home so you get maximum exposure, so you can sell your house for more money, faster, because that's what we do. On a daily basis, we use traditional marketing, an open house system, social media advertising, tons and tons of things so we can make sure that everybody sees your house so we can get it sold and we can get you to a better place.